Welcome, Elk Shape Q&A number 15, Dan's version of a podcast only found on the YouTube. Hey guys, been busy, been slammed doing some firefighting stuff and running a gym and being a dad, so I haven't got to a lot of questions, like a ton. So I'm gonna hammer these out tonight. I apologize if this is a long one. Maybe it's gonna be a short one. Maybe I don't know the answers to these. And that brings me to my first point. I'm not an expert. I've just made a ton of mistakes elk hunting, and so I can tell you at least what not to do to better your odds killing elk. Last 10 years, I've killed an average of 2 bulls per year. That's 20 bulls in 10 years. And I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you that it takes me personally a year mindset, 365, doing something every day in the name of elk hunting, whether it's researching maps, buying new gear, replacing gear, shooting your weapon, hanging trail cameras, scouting, shed hunting, you name it, whatever it is in the name of elk hunting, studying different regulations, putting in for draws. I mean, it never stops, and feel like there's actually more work in the off season than there is in the in season. So I hope that kind of sets the tone for tonight. Mountain Ops is the sponsor today. Mountain Ops is doing a Cameron Haynes Keep Hammering truck, and the truck will smell like Cameron when you open up inside, which will smell of a hard work and prestige, and it's a pretty cool deal. I think for every $5 you spend on Mountain Ops in the month of April, as long as you enter the keyword I think truck at checkout, you're gonna get your name in the hat. So someone's gonna win a cool Dodge truck. I personally like Tundras, but hey, who's gonna turn down a free truck and it's got a wrap with Mountain Ops on it and a bunch of Cameron Haynes stuff? So hey, Mountain Ops, thanks for being a partner at Elk Shape. Appreciate you guys. By the way, if I use your question or whatever, hit me up, track me down however you sent that, and say, hey, you used my question, I'm gonna send you a decal. I'm not gonna send shirts anymore because it's costing me too much time and money. I'm gonna just throw the envelope, throw it in the mail. So you'll get a sticker or a decal. So here we go. Robert wants to know, he just started watching YouTube channel, lots of information. He used to be an Idaho resident, now he lives in Arizona, and he drew the late archery tag. That's right, results came out. I didn't draw for the first time in 2 years. I'm not going to Arizona, and I'm not happy about it. I love the late hunt. It's not for everybody. It's hard as hell. It's the hardest hunt I do a year. See, Robert, you better be dialed in on your game, and you need to be ready for swirling winds in those canyons, man. You're gonna have some golden opportunities, and then you're gonna just feel the wind hit your back for no reason whatsoever. I can't tell you how many bulls I got so close to killing, but the wind would just switch or whatever. He wants to know, as far as hunting post-rut, what would be the best way to scout hunt these bulls? Is sitting water the best, or spot and stock method? Thanks, buddy. All right, Robert, so, dude, I don't know what unit you drew. It's pretty arid down there. Seems like last year water was pretty scarce, but these bulls were smart, and they hit water at night, which bounced them around a ton. What I mean, like, I could find a huge canyon, let's say a mile long, and I could see almost like new bulls showing up every day. And the bulls I saw the day before are gone. It's like they went 3-5 miles to a water tank and then kept on going. So it's just like revolving doors, except for it's bulls. It's just revolving bulls going from water tank to water tank. And I think they're pretty smart about drinking water at night. I did see hunters sitting water tanks that were even like on the main road. Like you'd be taking your truck down a road and some dude's in a ground blind as you drive by. Weird as shit. I've never seen that anywhere. But I do think sitting in water would probably pay off if you want to do that. I know you can do it spot and stock, especially if you find the right area and get the right wind and pattern the bulls a little bit. It's a hard hunt, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's doable. I proved it last year. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So, great question. Do spot and stock. Don't sit water. Don't be a wimp. Just joking. No, do whatever you have to do to get the job done. Period. And have no shame about your tactics. But be prepared for that swirling wind, and be prepared for different bulls coming through a lot. Just inventory changes a lot. Next question. Greg Salmon wants to know, you've talked about nutrition on YouTube channel before. A question is counting macros. First, do you do it? Do I count macros? Currently, could care less. I'll explain about that later, but I have many times. We'll go on. Do you recommend it? And if so, what is the easiest way to track it? I'm really trying to make some changes in diet and exercise, and a help would be great. My question is, are there any supplements that would help with soreness? I have read that branched chain amino acids, BCAAs help, but I do not know. And on mobility, is there any at-home equipment that you can help me stretch me, that can help stretch me out? Greg wants to know basically about macros, being sore from training, and mobility or recovery. So let's start with the first question. Macronutrients are protein, carb, fat. And then you hear like bodybuilders say like, what's your macros, bro? Track your macros. I do CrossFit. I'm so active that I don't need to track macros. I burn a ton of calories. I exert a ton of energy every day. Not everybody has that opportunity to do that. So you would need to track your macros, especially if it matters to you. If you want to look better, if you want to be leaner, getting stronger. I coach my athletes to do 40-30-30 split. That's 40% of their total caloric intake coming from carbohydrates, 30% protein, 30% fat. Some people will recommend less carbs or more carbs or what have you. Everybody's different, but I think it would be important to track your macros. Here's the best way to do that. Download the MyFitnessPal app and enter everything you're eating throughout the day. Do that for several days, and then do your totals, do your averages, figure out what you're hitting. Now, before I bore anybody else, look, a couple of things that most guys probably overlook is if you're gonna eat 4 or 5 meals a day, make sure you got 20 to 30 grams of protein every time you encounter food. Don't have like an apple for a snack. There's not 30 grams of protein there. So I generally eat 4 or 5 meals a day, yams, chicken. I don't measure or weigh my food currently. I'm not trying to alter my body composition, but I could tell you that my chicken's somewhere around 5 ounces, and I usually eat 2 or 3 meals a day. That's just literally yams, veggies, and 5 ounces of chicken. It's pretty boring, but that's just me. I'm looking forward to eating it every time. Dinner is usually a salad, cooked vegetables, and elk. Breakfast could be a smoothie to eggs and oatmeal. But if you want to manage it, you have to measure it. So do MyFitnessPal app. It's free. Enter your stuff and figure out what you're hitting, and then if your carbs are like 60%, you need to bring those down. If your protein's only at 10%, you gotta bring that up. If your fat's at 30%, don't freak out. Fat doesn't make you fat. Eating too many calories at once or too much sugar makes you fat. But branched chain amino acids will help you recover, but no, they're not gonna help you with soreness. Soreness, especially delayed onset of muscle soreness, that's called DOMS. That's a real thing. And for me, I'm really sore today, and I went and worked out because I was really, really sore. And I felt really good afterwards, and then about an hour after, I just tried to go up the stairs, and I'm still sore from squats 2 days ago. And it's just get warmed up really well, and then you go do work. Foam rollers will help at home. I paid like 20 bucks for this foam roller. It's really rigid, really stiff. It's awesome. Roll. Check out mobilitywod.com. Mobilitywod.com. It's kind of like yoga for CrossFitters. Great resource. You can do a 7-day trial. Phenomenal. Probably my favorite way to recover. Flush. Flush could be just a nice, easy bike ride, walk, and then stretch, do some yoga or just some static stretches after you've flushed for 30 to 60 minutes. Branched chains will help, but they're not going to make you not sore. You're going to still be sore. That's okay. So that's it, Greg. Thanks for the question. I'll send you a sticker for your time. Let's keep rolling. Curtis Hoffman says, love the Q&A vids. They've been a big help. He's a whitetail hunter, and he's ready to go after elk. He usually sits in tree stands, and he lives in Texas right now, where the altitude is roughly 300 feet above sea level. Have you ever used altitude training mask? Yes. Is there one you recommend or features I should look for? Thanks for the advice, Curtis Hoffman. Yeah, Curtis, you know, I have used one. I don't think, you asked for my opinion. If I thought they worked, I'd have one. I only live at 2,500 feet, here in Washington, and I hunt way higher. But the best thing you can do is be in the best shape possible and teach your body how to adapt and overcome really fast. And interval training has been one of my things I've preached. Is high intensity HIIT training is a great way to get your lung capacity, your VO2 max. That's the volume of oxygen that you can take in and consume, utilize, and put to work. Get your VO2 up, do your intervals. There are some genetics or whatever that are going to prevent you from maybe getting certain things way up there, but I know you can move the needle as far as your body's ability to, your heart's stroke rate, you know, cardiac output, your body's ability to just bring it back to homeostasis. And you're gonna give it a new stimulus when you go hunt elk at 10,000 feet. So like I've said before in other videos, look, if you're going to Colorado where you're hunting 10 to 13,000 feet for elk, you need to get there 2 to 3 days early and work your way up the mountain. And if you start to feel ill and don't want to get out and have headaches, you need to drink way more water than you think and drop elevation. You may lose out on a day or two of hunting elk that live that high, but I guarantee there's some elk down here that you can spend your time and work your way back up the mountain. You have to acclimate. It could take, I think for most guys that are young or whatever, 2 or 3 days. The older you are, the more time you should allow to acclimate. Listen to your body. There are some supplements out there. Mountain Ops makes one, and with some bitter root extracts. Look into an altitude supplement to help you, but lots of hydration. Show up in shape and give yourself plenty of time leading up to the hunt, and I think you'll be all right. But the training mass, in my opinion, I'd rather see you put your money into better backpacking equipment, better archery equipment, better rifle, things like that than a training mass. So you asked for my opinion, I'll give it to you. All right, we got, this is from Joe. My name is Joe. I listen to your Q&A sessions and watch your videos all the time. I think it would be very helpful if you did a bag dump video before or after your trips. Also, if you have any special way you'd like to pack your EXO with your gear, that would be great to show. EXO pack from EXO Mountain Gear. It's not only important to know what you are bringing with you, but how it best fits and rides in your pack. I listen to a ton of podcasts and catch about every video on YouTube. I'm a bit obsessed, but I respect your opinion. I think a bag dump video would sum up a lot. So, Joe, you're right. I should do that. I will do that. I have a gear room upstairs, like a lot of guys that are serious about hunting. Pretty OCD, slightly neurotic. Things are labeled. Things are detailed. So I will do a bag dump, not on this episode. I won't put your letter in the done pile. I'll put it over here and I'll do a video just for you. I think it'd be cool to go over. My gear is always changing or evolving. I'm always trying to invest in just a little bit higher end, lighter equipment, and I'm always messing around with my layout depending on if I'm doing bomb run weekend hunting, if I'm doing a full 10-day backcountry hunt. So thanks for your question. I can't really answer it today. I don't have the setup to do a bag dump, but I will. And I appreciate the question, so hang tight, brother. This one's from Anna Magera. She wrote me a novel, really touching letter. Here are her questions, and I'm gonna give it my best shot for you, dear. I'm a female hunter new to archery hunting and will be hunting in North Idaho this season. What would you suggest for predator protection? A handgun? I have a .357 mag or bear spray. What kind of predator run-ins have you had in and how did you handle them? Anna, well, I've only ran into one grizzly in North Idaho. Didn't like that, but we don't really have grizzlies coming in and out. So grizzlies scare me for some reason. Haven't ever. Black bears, sow and cubs, I've had them like literally ruin my spike camps a couple of times now, like chew through all my stuff. And I've actually caught them doing it and tried to run them off. And I had a handgun or whatever, but it was a sow. There was little cubs, you know, but I have ran into wolves double-digit times, and I haven't quite shot one yet with my bow. For some reason, they've always picked me off. Most of the time, I carry a Glock 20-30, so like a 40 caliber or whatever, just kind of like a little bit, not like a grizzly gun, but just kind of a gun for hopefully shooting a wolf, to be honest with you, up close or whatever. And it's nice to have a gun when you're like maybe working on an animal. But I ran into cougars. Nothing's been really interested in pestering me. They've always been trying to get in the way. But you know, use whatever you feel safe. Whatever's gonna give you confidence to hike in the dark for an hour, for 3 hours, whatever it takes to get yourself in position to kill elk. So if you're afraid of the dark or afraid of animals or whatever, or you're just concerned, do what it takes to keep your concerns at a minimum, so you are dead focused on doing your task at hand, which is killing a bull. Number 2, I hate bees. An old timer told me that he doesn't hunt archery season anymore because of the bees. Have you ever had to fight off bees after the kill? And if so, do you have a suggestion on how to deal with these suckers? So one time I've had an allergic reaction to a bee sting, and ever since then I've had to carry epinephrine, like an EpiPen with me, which if you follow the market, those were at one point $500 just for an EpiPen because of the pharmaceutical ridiculousness that was going on. I haven't checked on them now, but still carry EpiPen. I would say that, yeah, bees are a pain in the ass. Flies are also a pain in the ass. That's why I use really expensive synthetic game bags. And when I say expensive, I mean they're a lot more expensive than like cheesecloth, but use really good synthetic game bags. You can try some citric acid spray. Caribou game bags makes a spray that you can pack in the field, add like some water, mix it up, and that'll help kind of deter those kind of insects and crazy little bees out of there. But for the most part, I don't like bees either, but they've never really been an issue in North Idaho. I don't think you'll have a problem unless you step on a hornet's nest or something, which could happen. But all in all, if you have allergic reaction, take some EpiPen with yours, bring some Benadryl, and just be safe. Have a plan. Number 3, I'm working hard to eat clean and exercise daily, down 10 pounds since January 1. That's outstanding. That's just in 3 months. I'm not looking to win any bodybuilding competition. I just want to be the best elk shape as possible. Which Mountain Ops products do you recommend for women looking to lose a little weight but build strength on a limited budget? So you are what you eat. 80% of your results come from what you eat. I recommend that before you buy supplements that you get your nutrition. Your nutrition is your shirt. You put on your shirt and then you put on your tie. And your tie is supplements. So this shirt better be just perfect with fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some starch, little sugar, but those lean meats that you've killed with your bow, wild game, meats that you fish out of a stream. The less legs, the better. So turkey, poultry, vegetables, eat a rainbow a day, variety of phytonutrients from all sorts of fresh vegetables, and shopping the perimeter of the grocery store and doing food preparation. That's how you're gonna lose and get in elk shape. Then you backfill with supplements. You take a daily multivitamin. Mountain Ops has a women's formula. Maybe you are busy and you need to replace a meal. Try the ammo. I think it's delicious. Get the chocolate and replace one of your meals. Remember, ammo you have to keep in the refrigerator because it's got whole foods in it. And it's got no artificial sweeteners. If you don't mind artificial sweeteners and you want to try a post-workout, do the Magnum. I do that. 20 grams away down the hatch right after the workout. They have Renew, they have the Phoenix, they have the Ignite, they have the Keep Hammering line. I mean, sky's the limit, but what I just told you is probably your best bet. Look at the Renew, look at the multivitamin and the ammo. And good luck, Anna. Bless your heart. I think it's cool to hear from a chick that's gonna be hunting North Idaho, where I typically hunt. I'm gonna save your note here because it's really touching. And thanks for taking the time to write. All right, guys, we are killing it. Here we go. This is from Jacob Peterson. I think he sent me a couple questions, so here we go. He says he works for Purina, and I've been using 50-pound bags of cattle mineral to throw in my pack to pack around for hiking during the off-season. The problem is the mineral sinks to the bottom of the bag, and in my pack it really pulls you backwards. What are some good things to put in your pack that you can use in the off-season to get you in elk shape? I like carrying salt, like 40 pounds of salt in my packs. That doesn't generally sink down too well. Rogue Fitness makes a backpack that you can just put on and then actually put like a 45-pound plate and it straps in there, and you can put two 45s on there. RogueFitness.com. So they make a backpack for training, which is kind of cool. But I go with salt or whatever. But yeah, man, 50 pounds, that's no joke. Keep up the good work, Jacob. Next question is, hoping to get by until after season, but I hurt my shoulder 10 years ago. Need to get surgery done on it and fix torn muscles in the rotator cuff. If the doc won't let me put it off until this winter, what are some good exercises I can do with my shoulder in a sling? I've got absent for 2 states and I'm going elk hunting this fall no matter what. Tell you what, Jacob, I've had a lot of athletes in my gym at CrossFit Spokane Valley, you know, get shoulders repaired. My father, so many of my athletes, they have, you know, 4 muscles of your rotator cuff, and the top one usually gets torn. That's supraspinatus. And whether it's even partially torn or whatever, the doc's probably gonna wanna go in there and repair it with some sutures. Plus, if your older guys are watching, you might have some bone spurs that need to be shaved down. That will help with, you know, swelling and arthritis and stuff like that. But the better shape you are before the surgery, the better shape you're gonna be after surgery as far as the road to recovery and rehabilitation. And so I can't prescribe you exercises right now in a sling, but I will say get your ass in shape as best as possible. I would do some real strict strength training or bodybuilding movements, functional bodybuilding, some strict chin-ups, strict pull-ups, strict rowing, strict pushing, whatever doesn't cause you pain, and really build up those muscles under time, under tension. That's where you're going slow and possibly holding isometrically, and build all the muscles that are gonna support your scaps, because your scaps go towards the spine, away from the spine. They go up, they depress, retraction, all those muscles I mentioned attach to your scapula. So there's so much going on there that you need to have basically good structural integrity around the shoulder capsule so you can jump kind of back into training. Now, I can't tell you that this works for everybody, but one of my members just had shoulder surgery and was back at it within a couple months, and it was amazing. It's probably one of the most amazing. So he's in great shape going into the surgery. So get your butt in the best shape possible. You are only as good a bow hunter as your shoulder allows you. So you really need to take this serious and get it repaired. 10 years pushing it off. Man, that's a long time. But if you can get through one more fall, get that shoulder surgery scheduled for after hunting season and take care of business. Show up to surgery in shape, come out of surgery in better shape. That's what I say. So thanks for the question. This is all the time we have. I got a ton more to get to, so we'll save it for Q&A number 16. I appreciate you guys watching and being interested in what my take is on this stuff. I really like the questions tonight. A lot of them had to do with stuff that I feel like I know a lot about when it comes to getting in shape for elk hunting and preparing your mindset to be the best hunter you can be. Thank you, Mountain Ops, again. Thank you all for watching. We'll do number 16 sooner than later. And thanks for waiting for this one to come out. Appreciate it, guys. Take care.